Boys are going to bring the heat today.
As the leader of the Booner Pack, I lead from the front.
All right, boys. Lock in.
It's our core foundation, man. Grit.
I'm fired up. I'm fired the fuck up, boys.
It's pumping right now. It's got my juice pumping, boys.
Welcome to Crunch Time Sports with Jeff Iafrate and Booner, the Crunch Time Sports Show. We're live. It's Friday, January 30th. Going into the weekend. We got Caleb Czarnik joining the show.
Hey.
You know, we got trending things around the NFC North. Bears lost their OC. We'll talk about that. The Vikings fired their GM late January, which, you know, that's a whole nother thing. So we'll talk about that as well. Salary cap going up. Pistons trade deadline after they got absolutely destroyed by the Suns. So we'll talk about all that. But how you doing, Boone? We got MSU versus Michigan. I mean, it's a packed Friday here.
It is. This is one of those things where we're on the show. I have Michigan State next to me. It's like the biggest matchup in the history of the rivalry.
Where's it on?
It's on Fox. So if you want to watch it, I sent actually on your phone. If you want, I sent you a QR code into. You want to open that QR code? I sent you a QR code in our group chat with everyone.
Let me see. Because I want to put on my.
Just open that QR code real quick. Here, I'll walk you through. Open that QR code real quick.
I can't do it.
Yeah, and then when you open it though, you'll be able to get the link and then send it to your Slack and then click on it there.
Oh, interesting.
Did you get it? Is it not letting you click on it?
I just see how do I?
If you click on the picture, the QR code, click on the picture, open the picture up, and then hold it down. It should let you, and then it'll say, "Oh, click link." Does that work?
No, 5 minutes of my time. You son of a.
Oh, and Rick rolled him.
It's literally Rick roll. I just got Rick.
Yeah, I Rick rolled him. Easy text our group chat and said, "Do any of the boys have a link to the game?" And so I just made a quick QR code with a Rick roll. It was perfect.
You know what? I actually appreciate that. I haven't been Rick rolled in probably 10 years.
I haven't Rick rolled someone in probably 10 years.
I actually respect the game. I really do. I really respect the game. That
felt good. When you said what channels I want to put it on, my mind just went, "Oh, I got a link."
Well, when you were telling me, I'm like, that doesn't really make sense, but I'm just gonna do this. I'm
pumped up for this game though, dude. This should be fun. I'm so excited. I'm nervous because it is such a big game too. Dan Campbell's in the house. He's at the Breslin Center, and him and Holly are decked out in Michigan State gear because obviously his daughter goes to Michigan State. So they're sitting courtside tonight, it looked like.
Which
could be fun.
That's why. Okay, that made sense.
I can see him, dude. You could see like he's sitting courtside. You could see the dude's like absolutely massive in a white Michigan State shirt.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I was like, I was trying to think of why he would wear MSU gear, but now it makes sense. His daughter goes there. So
shout out to Keys to Wisdom, man. You see that comment?
Yeah, Dan Campbell's in attendance, dude. Honestly, like the picture we posted on our social media of him there with Holly and the kids are all just looking over, dude. There's no way they're like, Dan!
Did you see the video of him walking on the court?
No.
Oh, dude, you can pull it up. It's on. I put it on our Twitter. I just put it on maybe like 10 minutes ago. The aura, dude. Like, if you're talking about like someone who just has like, and I know people hate that word, but someone who just like, this guy has aura. Him walking onto the court with the whole student section, he doesn't even look at him too. He doesn't even give him like he just like just straight face. Like, you don't get more than this, man.
I mean, the absolute swag.
You just get like You're just sitting there like waiting. Maybe he's gonna turn to him, say something. He's just like, I'm that guy. You know what I mean? Like that's me. They're cheering for me.
I'm that guy. Yeah, I know. He's literally just not even acknowledging the crowd. That is that is what the kids even right
here. Look at that. He like looks up a little bit and then head right back down.
Like this shot of him just like, yeah, I'm that mother. I'm that dude, man. I'm that dude. That's crazy.
When I saw that video, I was like, oh my gosh, dude, that is so funny.
Oh, that's funny, dude. Dan is just a funny guy, man. He just is like naturally funny. He doesn't have to do anything. Sometimes he's just hilarious. Like that clip right there. Gosh. Well, yeah. So we'll kind of give updates throughout the show for that. Also, I saw what's going on. So Amon Ross played in the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game. How does he have connections to do that?
I don't know, but him and Keenan Allen, they're both playing.
Like, how does this even get selected? Like, that's where I want to. Like, do you put your name in to try and play? Like,
I did put out there. I said, "Who does NBA comp?" Someone commented and said Kevin Hart.
I mean, from this right here, I know that triple threat. He ain't doing nothing with that, man.
I'm just reading. Hey, the right side of your screen, man.
Oh, dude, I know. Hey, by the way, did you see that? The Giants owner?
Oh, the Giants. I allegedly, I also saw Woody Johnson, Jets owner. Like,
apparently, it's like all these owners get involved in the Epstein files. Dude.
I think like the former Commanders owner. I haven't seen the whole. I've just seen like a couple tweets here and there, and I'm just like, whoa.
That's a tough hire, John Harbaugh, and that comes out the corner.
Man,
that's how it's going. Kevin says, "Who's covering his shift at Applebee's?" Shout out to the Dan Campbell Applebee's commercial.
He's got the night off, use some PTO.
Yeah,
we're probably gonna have no one on this show on a Friday with the Michigan State. It's like the biggest game in the state in years. There's just no way we have anyone watching us today. I just thought of that.
Yeah, people are probably gonna just watch after. Like it's like a half thing, which is fine. That happens. It's sometimes. I mean, dude, at 8:00 the event starts. It's MSU versus Michigan. I mean,
and they're the top 10 matchup, dude.
I want to pull it up. I'll pull it up while we're doing this because I want to watch it while we're going to. But also, I saw today, which is a random Friday news that happened, that the Vikings decided to fire their GM, which I at first I saw the notification and at first it was a little not shocking completely, but it's the timing of it shocking because you don't really fire like he's at the Senior Bowl right now and they fire the guy. So I guess it must have been that bad in the building. I guess from what Adam Schefter reported that there's enough drama going on in the Vikings. I guess there's a lot of discourse or a lot of stuff going on internally, and I guess now felt like the right time to get rid of him.
It's such a weird timing, don't you think? And you would think maybe obviously this was something that they were thinking about to end the year. I saw a lot of reports. I don't know if you saw this as well, Jeff, but I did see a lot of reports that said Kevin O'Connell actually, and this a little credit to you as well, maybe not a little credit to you because you obviously didn't like Sam Darnold, but the credit to where the JJ stuff to where it sounded like reportedly like Kevin O'Connell didn't want to draft JJ or he didn't think JJ was ready this year. And he wanted to keep Sam Darnold and let Sam Darnold be the guy this year. And Kwesi obviously thought it was, he moved on from Sam Darnold and wanted to go with JJ. And there was like a little butting of heads. But you would think like end of season that this thing was boiling over or there was something to it that they would have figured that out at the end of the season. Because now it's January 30th. Senior Bowl just ended. East-West Shrine Bowl just ended. Or the Senior Bowl's tomorrow. And now you're going into the combine in 3 or 4 weeks. You don't have a GM. And they already put out there's reports already that they're not even going to get a GM before the NFL draft, that they're just going to roll. I don't know if it was like president ops or guy or
that's running
who it is, but they're not going to get a GM until after the draft. So it's like whoever takes that GM job isn't even going to get his own guys in, his first draft until next year. So it's kind of a weird situation in Minnesota.
Well, this president guy is a cool job. You basically just get to draft and you don't even have responsibility. It's like,
yeah.
You're like, I'm just gonna pull the trigger and see what I can do.
Imagine next year you don't have to worry about it.
Imagine he hits on like every draft pick. Like, what do you do?
Oh, he'd get a GM job. So, or I guess he's a president. It's better than a GM. So,
no, yeah. What do you do there?
Who's our president? Is Rod Wood or is it Rod Wood our president?
I think Mike Dissner he's the chief operating officer. So I think Brad Holmes shares some of that as well.
But like, I imagine if like Rod Wood was drafting for you,
executive vice president, and Rod Wood is the football exequive.
Okay, I was gonna say, imagine like if that
like Rod Wood.
Rod Wood's in the draft room drafting. That would be something, huh?
Yeah, they obviously, that guy who's ever in charge must have like experience with like being a GM or something. There's no like you wouldn't let Rod Wood run the draft.
No, honestly, it's probably you know who's gonna probably have a big say in a lot of it anyways. It's gonna end up being. I bet you it's gonna be like a Kevin O'Connell draft. He's gonna probably have the end say. I would guess.
Yeah. I mean, that's in his drafts, like Kwesi's drafts. Like, I mean, there's a couple of these, like his first draft.
Oh my gosh, dude.
Like, I mean, terrible.
Or Lewis Klein.
Like, this draft was terrible. You go to the next one, just terrible. I mean, the Jordan Addison worked out.
Jordan Addison.
And then the next draft, JJ Dallas, Kyrie Jackson, RIP. But like Will Reichard, like, okay, you got like maybe 2-3 guys that are contributors.
Honestly, the best player he's drafted is the kicker.
And then the most recent draft, Donovan Jackson, Ty Felton, like these drafts, man, not that good. Not good at all, actually.
No. Again, the best player, Will Reichard.
And then someone responded with like what he's done. Let Sam Darnold walk. Haven't drafted a Pro Bowler since 2020. Negative $48 million cap space. Wasting Justin Jefferson's prime. I mean, wow. Yeah. I mean, and yeah, you paid TJ Hawkinson. You got fleeced by your own division rival and paid TJ $17 million. So, I mean, I think we can all like listen. As much criticism as we give Brad Holmes, clearly he's head and shoulders above this guy. Like there's perspective. There's times where you look at try to look at a different perspective, and the Lions are lucky to have Brad Holmes. I don't think anyone. That's why we get into these conversations. People, defend Brad like we're trying to insinuate to fire the guy. I'm not saying that. I think Brad Holmes is a good GM. I think there's the last 2 years where he's kind of, he hasn't been as impressive as he's been initially to start the rebuild. But dude, like this guy is just incompetent. I mean, Kwesi's just incompetent. And there's definitely there's a lot worse all over the league. I mean, there's no denying that. The turnover every year, man, like there's new GMs every year. So, I'm
just shocked they did it when they did it. I think it was eventually. We were just talking about him the other day too. We were like, and I don't like in my mind. I didn't. Yeah, it might have been yesterday. Yeah, I didn't think that he was going to get fired. I didn't. I thought maybe one more year, then because it's just weird waiting until basically February to do it. It's just such an odd. It's such an odd time to pull the trigger on that.
Yeah, it's well deserved firing. That guy, I mean, Kwesi sucks.
The draft literally yesterday. So we were like, who has he drafted? He hasn't drafted anyway. He's everything else. He's brought in a team that's obviously won a little bit, but like we were just talking about him letting Sam Darnold walk, which is it's crazy that he let Sam Darnold walk and now Sam's in a Super Bowl and they just they had 14 wins last year. I can't wrap my head around. I can't wrap my head around that, to be honest. If you have 14 wins with a quarterback, just to be like, hey, we're good. We're just going to move on.
Well, it's yeah. I mean, and they offered. I saw Adam Schefter reported that they offered Sam Darnold like less than what the Seahawks offered, and they offered $30 million. So like, what did you think Sam
25
Darnold
to Sam Darnold? Like
they offered like 25 or something like that.
That's insane.
So they really disrespected him. I mean, and he took more money, and now he's in the Super Bowl. So it ended up working out. Yeah, I mean, another NFC North decision was made. Bears were losing their OC. He doesn't call plays, but he's the guy who helps Ben Johnson prep for games. Declan Doyle. But which, by the way, he was with Sean Payton as an assistant, and then he's 29 years old.
That's what I was literally about to say. He's 29. He might be the youngest. I don't know who the youngest OC of all time is. Might in the NFL might be him.
He's up there. Let me see. He is. Yeah, he's 29. He said no to the Eagles OC job.
Did he actually?
Yeah, the Eagles were interested. They interviewed him, and
he would rather have Lamar and
he said no.
Work with Jesse Minter.
Yeah, like T said, does this mean Tanner's coming to Chicago? Maybe.
I literally 2 days ago, Jeff, I tweeted it out and I said, remember, I don't know if you saw the tweet. I tweeted out and said, if Declan Doyle takes the job in Baltimore, keep an eye on, like as soon as the Tanner got fired, I tweeted out that day, keep an eye on Tanner to Chicago. And then today, I don't even think it's just Tanner. I think it's also Tanner Engstrand, but also Scotty Montgomery, who probably wants an opportunity to be an OC. And he also, obviously, I know he's not going to be play calling. And someone tweeted at me, it was like, well, he's assistant head coach in Detroit. Like, dude, any OC job that you get is higher than assistant head coach or a position, even if it's a non-playing calling one. Like, that's a step up, especially with the weapons and what they have in Chicago and what they just did. I'm sure Scotty that'd be a little intriguing.
Yeah, he's a good, he's a bright young guy. I don't know. Jesse Minter's putting together a pretty good. I mean, because he's probably trying to look at like what the Seahawks are doing. Mike McDonald runs the defense, and now Doyle runs the offense. And then Minter's going to run the defense. And you have like Clint Kubiak running the offense over there. So if he's a really good play caller, the Ravens are. I don't know. I saw someone tweeted like, how is Lamar Jackson going to take? Like, he's not listening to Todd Monken, or he doesn't take him as serious. Like, is he going to take Doyle serious at 29 years old? Like, I would hope so. I think he's going to bring a ton of new ideas. So I think he has the same age as Lamar, which is kind of crazy to think. But you know what this means though? Like, the reality of it, like if you're winning and the Bears are just experiencing this, you're going to lose coaches. Okay. So they're probably with the territory. Get used to it. The benefit that they have is, their head coach is calling plays. So they don't lose a play caller. Just lose someone in the building that was helping Ben Johnson. Which, I think another guy, but doesn't hurt as much as the Lions does. I'll just be honest. It won't hurt as much. As
it doesn't hurt at all, clearly at all. Ben it's literally just, it's like that OC job is just like an organizational job. Like, and make sure Ben's good to go for game day or game week. Get his game plan together. That's essentially what that comes down to.
Yeah, that's it. Prep him for games. Like,
it's still obviously it's an OC job though. It's like still a good job. But.
Like Mike LaFleur. Mike LaFleur does it for Sean McVay. Like, I don't even think, honestly, I found this out like a couple months ago. The 49ers don't even have an OC job. They just don't. They have Kyle Shanahan, and they just have assistants around him.
I think since maybe Mike McDaniel left, they might not have hired one after that.
I don't think he was even the OC there. He was like one of his like a passing game coordinator or run game, whatever it was.
He wasn't the OC, like labeled the OC?
I don't believe so. I could be wrong, but he hasn't had an OC there.
Yeah, in 2021 he was the OC.
Oh, okay, so since then.
Yeah, I think it's since then they haven't had one, is my guess.
So they just don't. I mean, Clay Kubiak is their OC, I guess. But they don't like the guy. I don't know. Last time I checked, they really don't make guys like it's really just your Kyle Shanahan's like top assistant. It's like the Bears thing. I mean, it's the same thing.
Clay Kubiak.
Yeah. So, but I think it was last year then. They didn't have an OC or something before Clay came there. So I think there's some times where Kyle is just like, I'll just call the plays. And they have like a bunch of assistants. But Clay Kubiak is the OC. I just looked. So he was this year. He'll be a future head coach too. Clay Kubiak. It was
Mike McDaniels. And then in 2025, they didn't have one from 2022 to 2024. And then 2025, Clay Kubiak got brought in. So that's it. Yeah, for 3 years, they just didn't.
Just didn't have an OC.
Shanahan's, I got this. Don't worry.
Yeah, I'm just gonna call plays anyway. But yeah, I mean, it'll be. It doesn't affect the Bears. I don't think that much. I think the Vikings. Lukas tweeted out, or he texted us and said, "Bad for Vikings, or good for Vikings, bad for Lions." The Vikings. I'm curious who they start interviewing after the draft to be their GM, because I mean, right now you have Brad Holmes, who's been with the Lions for a while. They got Gunakunst over there and the
Just got extended today.
He did.
Yeah, him and LaFleur both got extended today. They announced.
Yep, and then Brian Poles, who's kind of wishy-washy, but we'll see what the Vikings bring in because I mean, they got a lot of work to do. It's going to take some time. They got to bring in a veteran quarterback this offseason. I don't know what they're going to do, and they don't have any money. But it is being reported that the NFL cap is going up. I saw that the NFL informed clubs today that it's projecting a 2026 salary cap in the range of $301.2 million to $305.7 million per club. Per source, that would represent another significant jump from this year's $279.2 million cap number and nearly $100 million than the $208.2 cap in 2022.
$25 million jump. That's pretty significant.
Yeah, no, it is.
It's massive.
Yeah, you got to keep up. You got to keep up with guys getting paid, and it's good for the Lions because you see all the cap. You see all the teams. What everyone has in cap. There's not too many teams. There's not a lot of teams.
No, there's a handful of teams that are just in a bad spot right now.
Yeah, it's usually bad teams that have all the money, like the Titans, the Raiders, the Jets, and then the Seahawks. By the way, they have money.
Did you have the link? I put the link in there of all the teams, and I think I couldn't be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that this graph or graphic, I'm pretty sure that this is post if it moves salary cap movement. So I don't think it's right now these numbers that they put in this graphic. I think it's for when the cap moves, this is what all the teams are going to be at. And the Lions are -8 still, 7.5.
That's where I thought they were -7 before that.
That's what I thought, and I even went in and looked. I went on Spotrac to go look as well, and they had the Lions in the similar. See, okay, so someone just tweeted out that over the cap has a different number too. What is that one? Can you click on that? Can we zoom in? What are the Lions at with that?
$4 million.
4 over?
They have money, but they have space. They have 8. What is
it? It's around 8 and 8.7, so it's $1 million. I don't know. I guess we could just wait and see. But either way, that would insinuate that even without the cap going up, that they're about 28 under right now. And then if the cap goes up, it moves to 7. That's a significant either way. But look at all these teams that are the
Seahawks having $75 million is criminal. That's
insane. And they've spent money in free agency. But dude, I have a tweet in my draft sitting there right now, and I think I sent it to you, and I also sent it to Easy. And I was like, I don't know if I should send this or not. Maybe I'll see what the feedback is in the chat tonight. But it was just a significant number if you look at the Lions defense of how much the Lions significantly more they're paying defensively and how much on defense the Seahawks are paying. It's like a $20-30 million difference and annually. It's just an insane number. And you feel like the Seahawks just have a better defense in general. And it's some of these guys, Leonard Williams and stuff, the problem with the Lions and the reason they're 7 under is because they have Kirby Joseph at 20 something a year. You have Lee McNeil this next year, Jeff, who's about to get paid 26. He's going to be a $26 million cap hit. You know what I mean? You have Hutch that's about to be getting paid. His is more so a back end deal, but you just paid him, whatever, a massive $100+ million. And it's just it's such an insane, you paid these guys where it's the Seattle Seahawks, Jeff. They have the best defense in the NFL, and they're paying $60 million, $70 million a year for their defense.
Yeah.
Now, granted, they're gonna, if you look at their contracts, those rookies that they have, those rookie deals they have, they're up after this year, a handful of them defensively, and some are up next year. So they're going to be due a lot of money in the next year or two when it comes to some of these deals. But
yeah, they're in their cap. They're in that window of
but they're at the Super Bowl.
Exactly. Yeah,
and they're favored to win the Super Bowl right now. And as soon as they win it, guess what? Now they can take the hit on some of these contracts, or they can move on and not pay some of these guys. But they're about to have to pay a lot of people, but they're going to be able to make that decision because guess what? They just went to a Super Bowl. Win or loss, they made it to the dance. And when the Lions were in that spot, they did not. That's the difference. They took advantage of it.
I'm glad you addressed that because people are going to say, well, they're going to have to pay a bunch of guys. Guys, that's the point of a window. You don't have to pay. That's why you make all these moves while the guys are cheap. And now look at the Seahawks. You know what I'm saying? They're in the Super Bowl. Great coaching, great roster, cheap roster with additions and free agency, trade deadline, in the draft, hitting on draft picks. And that's what happens. Recipe is you're in the Super Bowl,
Yep.
like, or at least you have playoff success. And then when that time comes, you have to pivot. And, it gets harder, just like the Seahawks are going to find out. I'm sure Sam Darnold, if they want to keep him, he ain't going to make 30. I'll tell you that in a couple of years. You know what I'm saying? Like,
even you look at that sheet there, Jeff. Can you scroll down just a little bit? There they are. New England Patriots, $12 million. And then even if you go a little bit more, who played in the conference championship? The Los Angeles Rams, $47 million, right, in cap space. They're in that little window too because they have a lot of rookies defensively and guys like Puka that they haven't paid yet, and Kyron Williams and like a handful of guys that it's like, all right, we haven't had to address some of these guys. Braden Fisk, Jared Verse, like these are rookie deals, right? And that's why you see and that's where the Lions were 2 years ago. And then Brad spent money on everyone, and he's still going to be spending money on everyone.
I want to know how the Cleveland Browns are so bad and they're $20 million under the cap.
Even the Vikings, look at the Vikings, $40 million under the cap, missed the playoffs.
Like that's where I'm like, what the hell? Like what in the hell? Even some of these teams like the Eagles have like 10 mil. They probably can create more money somehow.
Chiefs are in a dog hole, dude, or what is it called? Not a dog hole, it's a dog fight. What's it?
They're just in a pit. That's what they are. Almost $60 million pit. And that's with Mahomes taking less money too. So I don't know what the hell is going on. But yeah, so I mean, a lot of the teams that do have money, I mean, like the Jets, these guys it's going to be hard to even attract free agents, to be honest. I think the Titans are going to have a big offseason. Like I can see Robert Saleh, like them going out getting like they can go and get like Devin Lloyd, at linebacker. They can, because Robert Saleh is going to attract a bunch of defensive players. They're going to, they could sign offensive linemen. Like they can spend some money, dude. And it's Deshaun Watson. There you go. That's why the Browns are in cap hell. So that's actually true. Fully guaranteed money. So yeah, it's I don't know. The Lions they're going to have to restructure a lot of deals, man. And by the way, like I saw someone put in our chat yesterday, like Jared Goff restructured. That was a fake report. The NFC North News, they just tweet out fake ass shit.
You know what's crazy is I woke up this morning. My alarm was at like 6:30. I wake up, look at my phone, shut the alarm off. I just looked at my alerts. Go like this, Jeff. Just scroll. Just one little like click, scroll. Oh, Twitter. I got a Twitter alert. What's the Twitter alert? It goes, Jared Goff restructures contract. I sat up at 6:30 in the morning. I sat up out of my bed. No way. Realized instantly when I look at the who tweeted it out. Oh, yep. Going back.
And what it said, he's restructured from 70 to 67.
I didn't even see that. I just saw restructure, and I was like,
it's like, bro, he's not like that man is freeing up $3 million. Dude, like, come on.
Bro, if he does that, you know how mad people are going to be? How mad people are going to be if he just he's going to have to restructure a massive. By the way, too, like today's weird. All this, like every single NFC North team had big news today, kind of. Bears lose OC, Vikings fire their GM, Packers extend GM and head coach. And Lions we're just. I'm not again.
Their news was last week, Cafka and Drew Petz.
Yeah.
Or I guess earlier this week, right? I guess that would be. I don't know when the Cafka thing was announced, but yeah, all the
just in one day, it was just like whoa.
Mm-hmm. I also saw the ESPN article you put in there for the guys that need extensions for the Lions, which, by the way, that's a whole nother thing. We it's a good pivot from the cap situation because ESPN put out this is their breakdown of who's coming up to be paid. You got Jahmyr Gibbs, Jack Campbell, Sam Laporta, and Brian Branch, all from that draft class, same draft class.
Yep, 4
consecutive selections, which was a hell of a draft. But now those guys are going to need to be paid, and it kind of talks about it compares some of their the guys to it talks about what kind of the range they're going to have to be paid. And I think they mentioned in here Jack Campbell, which at the top it talks about in this section where it says running back, tight end, safety carry some of the lowest franchise and transition tag numbers in the league, ahead of only kickers and punters. And although the linebacker tag is one of the higher ones, that's mainly because the tag system lumps 3-4 outside linebackers with 4-3 off-ball linebackers. It's actually kind of like what they do with centers. Centers, they don't have a center franchise tag. It's like
which is crazy.
It's like an offensive lineman tag. That's why and like it's the 5th-year option thing that they declined Tyler Linderbaum's 5th year because he was going to make up $25 million as a center. so they had to decline it so they can give him a different deal. But it says the top of the market for a middle linebacker role that Campbell plays is Fred Warner's $21 million per year contract.
Do you think they get? I bet you he ends up getting 20.
Yeah, that's probably what he's going to have to. It's probably what he should command, starting at that 20 number.
Dude, I'm gonna live on this. Like, if you're Brad, you're just like, are you just gonna reset the market with every single player you pay? Because like, if you do that with Jack, you're probably gonna have to do that with Jameer. You can't do it. Like,
I feel like this is where the
insane.
issue lies. Okay, it's
so much money.
It's not that you're resetting the market with guys; is that you're doing it with everybody? Because Jack deserves it. Like, if you're going to reset the market, it's Jack. Like,
agreed, but can you afford it on everyone?
Yeah, no, you can't. Now they didn't reset it with JMO, but they paid him a lot of money. They paid Lee McNeil a lot of money.
Feels like they reset it for like wide receiver 2s though.
Yeah, well. Yeah, I mean, he was up there. He's up there with like Devonta Smith. I think he got paid more than him. So he did jump Devonta Smith. But it says here he also could get, he said, the article says, I could see him settling in around the same range as guys as Nick Bolton and Jamin Sherwood.
Jamin Sherwood.
Who each got $15 million per year on their most recent extensions. Maybe he shoots for Zach Bond's $17 million per year average. He should get more than Zach Bond. I mean, Zach Bond, let's be honest, he was a special teamer who he had a really good year and he got paid. Like Jack's been.
Yeah, but Zach Bond, though, should be like, I don't know if he was an all-pro this year. He plays like an all-pro. Yeah, and again, like he's very good. He's up. He's a top 5. Like when I think it's good. Like Fred Warner talked about his top 5 linebackers. He threw Zach Bond in the top 5. So it's like if you're trying to look at the range he's in, like is Jack in that Fred Warner, is he right there yet? Or is Brad going to be like, you got to go to the negotiation table if you're Brad a little bit and say, hey, maybe we'll give you 18. We'll give you just above Zach Bond. Like Zach Bond, he got that after he got first team all pro. You just got one first team all pro. You're not a multi. And this was the thing I said with Hutch, dude. It was like Hutch had no awards at the time. And yeah, you're paying off projection, but off the projection either way, it's like you still haven't gotten any awards. Like, you paid Aiden Hutchinson the second highest edge rusher of all time, actually. Yeah. And currently he's the second highest paid edge rusher. He was only second team all pro. So he was like a top 8 edge rusher, top 6. So it's like you're paying per projection. It was like the same thing with the Leam. Oh, we're off projection. How'd that work out for us? Not well. And I'm not saying Jack's going to decline. I think Jack's going to be top 3 for the next 4 or 5 years. I think he's going to be up there, but it's just, you have to be careful trying to reset the market, and you got to negotiate a little bit. Like Brad, has Brad negotiated with anyone? Is there an example?
I mean, it's a mix of negotiation and like if I'm Jack Campbell's agent, I'm saying the starting point is Zach Bond. 17 per year, and he got paid a year ago. Cap's going up. I want more than 17, so we'll start at 17. Maybe you can't say he should make what Fred Warner makes, but he should start. He should be above 15 and over 17. So probably like to your point, maybe 18, 19. He's also young. You know what I'm saying? He's only 4. I mean,
he's going to get another deal in a couple years.
Yeah. So let's just say, how much do you think? I'm going to do some math here on everybody. What are we going to settle on? We want to say 18. He ends up taking for Jack.
I think
when it's all said and done.
Yeah, let's say 18. What's 18 times 4? 3 or 4? How many years?
Well, he would get a 4, so it would be it's 72. So it'd probably be like a
4 years,
72 million.
4 years, 72. I don't hate that.
Yeah, somewhere in there. I don't know.
35 guaranteed.
Yeah, something like that. And then you have Sam Laporta as well. So that's just so you got Jack Campbell as your franchise linebacker. And then you have Sam Laporta, who's coming off the back injury, season-ending back injury, has over 20 TDs in 42 games. And you got George Kittle, Trey McBride coming in around $19 million per year. The article says he lands closer to TJ Hawkinson at $17.5 million. So, yeah, I mean, that's again, it's gonna probably,
So much money, dude.
if you're paying him, he's probably 17, 18 per year. I mean, let's be real. I mean,
You're probably at 18 is the minimum.
Yeah, so 18 again. I mean,
4 years, 18. What's that come out to? Another 72 mil. So we're talking about we're at 144 million.
Yeah. So, and then the next one, Brian Branch, it says he's coming off a torn Achilles, very versatile, super versatile, part of Detroit's defense, 29 pass breakups over 3 seasons. He will be looking for something in the range of 20 million per year, especially since the extension of fellow safety Kirby Joseph with the Lions last year averages 21.25, the second highest annual salary for a safety behind Kyle Hamilton's 25. Joseph's deal is heavily backloaded. The Lions can get out of it after 2026, having paid him a total of 24 million over 2 years. Branch will seek a stronger front end structure than that. So you got to say 20 mil for Branch. I mean, I get the Achilles would hurt that.
Let's just say, can we say a couple of years less, maybe 2-year deal, maybe 3?
It'd probably be, it wouldn't be 2, it'd probably be 3 at the minimum. So let's just say 20.
Let's just go 3 years, 60 million.
So that now we're at 60 for Brian. And
so
then
we're at $204 million this offseason.
Which, if I'm being honest, like,
we still have one more player we got to play.
If I'm being real, like, if you're gonna do this, like, if I'm Brad Holmes, this is where you're at. It has nothing to do with what I would want. It's just what you have to do. You can't pay Sam and Brian. You just can't. You can't.
You got to pick one. No, I think you can pay one. You just can't. You have to pick one. You have to pick one. You can't pay them both.
You're saying you could pay 3 of the 4 because we haven't gotten a Jameer yet.
Yeah, I think you could pay 3 of the 4 and get by with it. I don't think you could pay. There's a 0% chance you could pay all 4. You chose again. I mean, I'm gonna make this so clear to people, and I'm gonna say this until the day I die, or the day until he gets traded or cut or his contract's up and he's not aligned anymore. You chose Ali McNeil over Sam Laporta or over Brian Branch or over Jameer Gibbs or over Jack Campbell. You chose Brad Holmes chose Ali McNeil over one of those 4 guys. That's a fact.
Yeah. No,
he's nowhere near as good. Like, he's good, but he's not. If you're talking about position, like, how good is this guy at his position around the NFL? He's nowhere near as good as Jack Campbell is at linebacker. It's in the defensive tackle conversation. He's nowhere near where Brian Branch is in the safety conversation, where he is in the defensive tackle position. He's nowhere near where Sam Laporta is as a top 5 tight end, as he is in the defensive tackle. And he's nowhere near in the top 5 or top 3 in the running back conversation like Jameer Gibbs is in his defensive tackle class. Like, nowhere near. He's not even in the top 10 of defensive tackles. You chose him over a top 5 player at another position in the NFL. You could have kept all 4. You chose Ali McNeil.
Yep. That's exactly what happened.
I'm going to say that till I die.
That's exactly what happened. And and the unfortunate part is, as much as I love Brian Branch, like, the Achilles is a big question, man. Like, that's tough to come back from for DBs. Like, name me a DB that came back from an Achilles injury and was just as good.
I don't know any DBs that had Achilles injuries, so I'm not really. I can't.
Okay, so I'll give you a hint. It's not common. Maybe there's
safeties that have Achilles injuries.
So I'll give you here. I'll just give you the names here. Because I don't have players like Brian Branch, but I remember even with the Lions, like, maybe his talent can surpass that.
I don't know. Have we seen a big time safety have an Achilles?
Let me see. Now I'm curious. Let's see. So actually, no other prominent recent Pro Bowl level safeties were highlighted that dealt with his injury recently. Recently. So yeah, recently he's the only
So we
one.
might be good then. We might be good. Maybe he come. We don't have. There's no. We might be good. We might be just fine.
Yeah, the only one I know in Detroit is Tracy Walker, but he's not.
Tracy Walker.
Yeah, but he went from a 100 tackle guy to like he went out of the league after his Achilles injury.
But also he didn't go out of the league because of his Achilles injury. He left the Lions because he got beat out by Brian Branch. Brian Branch took his job, and Kirby Joseph.
I only know corners that had it. So I have James Bradbury suffered a torn Achilles for the Eagles. And he's not on the, he's done. I mean, he's basically done with the league. Richard Sherman suffered one in 2017 with Seattle, and then he played with the 49ers. Jason Verrett, Pro Bowler, suffered a torn Achilles in 2018. Wasn't really quite so a lot of these guys weren't really quite the same. I mean, they're bad players. Like, I don't think Brian's just gonna all of a sudden be a bad player, but yeah, I'm curious to see what he looks like. That's where I'm more skeptical. You know, it's a tough injury to come back from. It'd be different. Like Hutch, like broke his ankle, like Hutch or broke his leg. Like that's a little different. Like Fred Warner talked about that on the Amon Ra podcast. Like you break something, you usually just heal it in your back. You know, like ligaments are a little more tougher. It's a longer recovery process. So I'm skeptical with the Brian Branch stuff, even though I love him. I think
it's fair to be a little skeptical. Again, like I think this is just one of those situations. If you're Brad Holmes, how I would play it out is I would let Brian Branch get back, and then you're able to see him next year. He's just someone who has to play out his contract, and if you're him, I don't think you can be mad at it. You had a major injury, right? It sucks, but you have to kind of understand it's part of the business. And he's probably going to have to play out in 20. He's entering the final year of his deal. Like, I think it would be, if we're being honest, like it would be irresponsible for Brad Holmes just to be like, yeah, we'll give him a contract because he's worked so hard for us. And honestly, I think Brad knows that because Brad mentioned in his post season press conference, he had mentioned like we do have a lot of guys paid, and he said injuries are good. Like there's guys who are healthy who are going to get paid, and health will get considered within that. Like that was something that he brought up.
Wonder why you bring up that.
Exactly. You know exactly why. Yeah. I don't think he signed anything with that one.
And then you have the Jahmyr Gibbs thing, which, you know, the Saquon Barkley contract averages about $20.6 million per year. Gibbs will likely try to beat Barkley's number. It says, well, the Lions will try to keep the number under 20. Whether this gets done this offseason could come down to which sides dig in harder. Ooh. It says the Lions have showed they can solve these issues with creative bonus-heavy contract structures. So it also might be a matter of whether Gibbs is willing to agree to that. Vibes are generally pretty high in Detroit these days. So let's go ahead and predict the Lions get all these done at signing guarantees, but option bonus structures that make future year guarantees more obtainable. That seems to fit the Lions pattern. So they have the contract predictions here. You got Gibbs at 4 years, 20. Campbell, 3 years, 51. Laporta, 4 for 68, and Branch, 3 for 66.
That's what, 22 a year?
That's more than Branch or Kirby.
Yeah, that's a big, and that's coming off an Achilles, man. See, I just don't see a world that they sign him to a deal like that coming off an Achilles tear. Like that's insane.
I mean, you have like $250 million between all these contracts, bro. Like this is there's just no way. I mean, there's just no way, dude. $250 million, like how? I mean, so on offense, you're talking. You have what? 30 mil in Sam, 30 mil in Amon Ra, 60 mil, whatever it is, 50 something mil in Goff. You got 20 in Gibbs, probably like 15 to 17, probably 17 in Laporta. It's like 28 in JMO. It's like, how? I mean, how? How?
You better if you pay all,
Aiden,
you better hope you hit on draft picks, man.
Not to mention Aiden. Like the Eagles have that on offense. They have Devontae Smith and AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts, Lane, but they don't have an Aiden. They're they're not paying an Aiden $45 million or whatever it is. Like, yeah. So I don't know how they're gonna do it. I don't know.
Dude, that's so much money. That's an unfathomable amount of money.
No Gibbs, no branch.
Yeah, no, I think the Gibbs thing ends up happening. I think it's just gonna end. I think you pay 3 of the 4 and you figure it out. Again, like, dude, I hate this, man. Like, it would be easier to pay 3 of the 4 if you just the Aleem thing. I wonder how much dead money is on Aleem McNeil's contract.
You want me to say something? You want me to say something right now? That you're not gonna like.
You think they're gonna move on from someone that?
No. I don't know if they'll move on from him, but I'm just looking at this Super Bowl. You tell me those backs, okay, and how much they're getting paid. You tell me those backs right now. Travion Henderson is a rookie. You got Kenneth Walker on his rookie deal. Charbonnet, he's injured, but on his rookie deal. Like, you know what I mean? Like these dudes, like 2 Super Bowl teams are not paying a running back $20 million. I get the Saquon thing, but like, I listen, I love Gibbs, but at this point,
they just show Dan Campbell on the screen. He's so awkward, dude, on in those moments, bro.
But they keep panning to him? What are they doing?
They just showed him and they put Dan Campbell on the screen. They like had the camera and him and Holly's face, and you could tell like Holly was like wanted him to be on. She was just like looking away, and Dan was just like, and then they just kept it on him, and he was like, and then all of a sudden they kept it on for like 30 seconds, and he was just like, it's so awkward.
Has Dan been to a Pistons game courtside?
Yeah, and then when they showed him, he was just like,
he doesn't like it. I could tell. He doesn't like it.
I don't think he likes the attention.
No, he doesn't. You ever see it's like that picture of him at the where was he at? The where were they, like renewing their license plate or something?
Oh, the DMV, is that what it's called? Department of Motor Vehicle, or
yeah, but
that's the old
I think
name
that's
for
where
it.
Dan was when he had the
mask.
The mask and shit on.
Just doesn't want to be noticed.
Yeah, that's Dan Campbell, man. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see. These contracts, man. I don't. It makes my head hurt thinking about all these dudes that are going to get paid. I mean, it's a lot of fucking money.
Whoa, the doc. What is this? I mean, what?
Okay, now Doc's getting freaky. I mean,
this is a fake Doc. Doc's drinking tonight. Michigan State's losing right now. He's drinking. He does not. He's drinking.
He said, "I'm going to drink Dan Campbell's bathwater." That's absolutely insane. What in the hell?
Wild comment.
And by the way, now that they have not that the Lions really have much money, but I saw the article you sent with the top 50 free agents and where they're going to go, like where they have them ending up with.
God,
I mean, none of these guys are going to the Lions.
There's the top 50 free agents. They didn't have one projection going to the Lions. Not one.
I mean, which I understand, like when you get to the top of the list, like you see like George Pickens, he has them. Like,
can we get something at least though?
Like they have Trey Anderson to the Ravens, like that's actually nasty. But like Daniel Jones, Colts, Jalen Phillips, the Titans. Like I understand these guys, like Tyler Lindenbaum. They say the Chargers. That'd be nuts.
Great fit for them. Joe All too. Oh my gosh,
that'd be nuts. Alec Pierce, Commanders. Shout out Klotz. You got like Rasheed Walker, Cardinals. He's actually a tackle if people want to. I think he's on the Packers.
How much he'll get paid though?
Yeah, Packers. Yeah, I don't know how much he would cost. Aaron Rodgers' retirement. But like Breece Hall, Seahawks.
Great for them.
There they go, paying a running back.
Yeah.
Quay Walker, Commanders. Like I mean, Jawan Jennings, Titans. Like there's just that. Odafe Owe back with the Chargers. Tariq Woolen, Eagles. Oh, okay.
I want to hate Tariq Woolen.
Yeah, people. I mean, they just see that clip of him talking shit, and they're like, "I don't want."
Yeah, I want to hate him as just another, a piece.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I don't know what the price tag would be, but you're trying to upgrade your defense.
Alontae Taylor, cornerback Rams. Like, none of these guys. I mean, now we're getting into like the price range for the Lions.
Devin Lloyd. Ooh, Devin Lloyd.
Jags. Jalen Watson, Chiefs. Who goes to the.
Oh, actually, go a little slower because I've just noticed other suitors. Maybe the Lions are in some other suitors. You see that?
Oh wait, let me see if there's any other.
I just realized that there's other suitors. I wonder if they have any. If the Lions is at least
maybe Tyler Lindenbaum.
Yeah, at least in contention, man. Like it's like when you're you're trying to make the tournament. If you're like an NCAA team and you're like maybe
so they're not in any of the suitors.
First four in. It's like we're the first four in. So far, we're not the first four in on any bracketology.
No.
Let's see. Maybe we will be. Jalen Watson, maybe? No. Mike Evans, definitely not. Braden Smith, maybe. No.
Yeah. Kenneth Walker.
Wait, by the way, to the Kenneth Walker, they essentially just switched Kenneth Walker and Breece Hall. That's all they did.
My God.
20. Kyle Pitts. There you go, Jeff.
Chargers.
Malik Willis, Dolphins.
I've seen that before too.
Wow. John Franklin Myers. Where are his other suitors?
He is
there.
Yeah. No.
All right.
They're not even in the other suitors.
Yeah, we're not really getting any.
It's funny because it says
maybe Kobe
suitors.
Bryant.
It's funny. It says other suitors, and it's teams that don't have money. Like the Cowboys don't have money either. So like where are the Lions in this? Oh, here we go. David Edwards, Bills.
Yes, we got some. Ladies and gentlemen, we got him. Come on.
David Edwards.
Bills don't have much cap room, but keeping their outstanding offensive line should be top of their mind for newly promoted Brandon Bean. All right, Rashid Shaheed. Probably.
Lions with Connor McGovern.
Connor McGovern.
See, it's really
I actually do like it because the Bills might keep him. Obviously, they're probably going to try to. I would like Connor McGovern would be a good one.
Interesting. Let's see.
Boy, Mafe, nope. No, there's got to be a defensive guy on this list for us. Cade Mays is Cade Mays. Lions again. We're getting our offensive lineman.
Mm-hmm.
They have two of the centers re-signing with their current teams anyway. By the way, too.
Yeah.
Romeo Dobbs, Saints.
What would you have? Well, how do you feel about that? If the full centers the league just don't sign with? I mean, at this point, Connor McGovern, Cade Mays.
That'd be tough. Those are the only two we've really.
Tyler Lindenbaum, which you're not paying for him.
Yeah.
That would be.
Those are the two main ones that we've talked about having an opportunity.
You'd be in a tough spot. Mm-hmm.
You keep scrolling?
Yep. Romeo Dobbs, Saints. Isaac Likely. Someone, I think Schiff said that in the chat, like the line.
Yeah, again, I think me and you broke that down pretty good yesterday.
Yeah, I agree. Jacoby Dean. Titans. Cam Curl.
No Lions.
Yeah, dude, what are we?
We're getting no bites, dude. Maybe Joey Bosa?
Nope. Bills, Cowboys, Bucks.
They got Joey Bosa going to play with his brother, by the way. That's interesting. That'd be sick.
That's how it should be.
Jalen Hawkins.
Jamel Dean. It's like, none of these guys. Wendell Robinson. Even Khalil Mack going back to the Bears.
Yeah. Come to Detroit, dude. I don't care how old you are. David Njoku to the Giants. Isaac. Oh, here we go. Isaac Samalo. However you say his name. Lions? No. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Right. It's literally just been 3 offensive linemen. Debo Samuel.
We're getting nothing here. Jadeveon Clowney, maybe?
Nope.
Joel Patino? No.
Nope. Bobby Wagner? No.
Nope. The linebacker?
Nope. Joe Flacco? Nope. And David Adimata.
50. Nope. Come on, man.
So 3 offensive linemen.
There is the ESPN one. I don't know if ESPN did any projections, though. But there is a line on the ESPN one.
See, I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not going to say if you probably signed an offensive lineman, but I'm not gonna hold my breath. I'm not. And he even said it himself at the press conference. Brad's not going to go out there and spend money. It's he's not going to get.
Yeah,
it is what it is. But I know you're not in a position to necessarily spend a lot of money. But even getting like Cade Mays, the Panthers. I saw a report. The Panthers want to keep Cade Mays. I don't know what's going to happen there.
Yeah, probably they just went to the playoffs with him. You know what I mean? Like that's
former 6th-round pick.
Bryce Young's guy.
Mm-hmm.
They for sure probably want to keep him, actually.
Schiff guesses Linderbaum will be a Raven or a Giant. The Giant signing him would be that'd be massive. He's going to be too expensive. Cade Mays and Connor McGovern will probably be, he's not going to be cheap. I think Cade Mays will probably be the cheapest out of all of them. But even then, I don't know. You have to pry him away. I feel like the Lions would be a more attractive spot to run an offense to be the center.
I guess it just depends on how much the Lions can afford. You know what I mean? You have to see by the way, Michigan's up by 16 right now.
Oh my gosh. Doc, are you still there?
I'm not going to say anything until the game's over, until the clock hits 0. We know how these things go, man. I'm going to wait.
23 taking over for U of M.
I'm going to wait. I'm just going to, hey, Jeff, I'm waiting. I'm not saying anything yet.
Oh.
I have a Michigan bet on today. It's not looking the best, but it's all right.
Yeah, I mean, the people started joining the stream. I mean, that's how bad it is.
Yeah, they're like, oh, man. Yaxel's just dominating them right now.
Yaxel?
Oh
my gosh. I did
lottery pick.
I did see also this for speaking of basketball, the shout out to Kool-Aid. He came up with this 5 realistic trade targets for the Pistons. What was it? Here, let me pull this up. 5 realistic trade targets for the Pistons. Kool-Aid put his out. You got Michael Porter Jr., Trey Murphy III, Max Christie, Herbert Jones, and Colin Sexton.
If you had to rank these.
Wow.
Rank them.
And then it's this clip. Wait, hold on. Let me hear it. I didn't see this. NBA writer Chris Mannix doesn't believe the Pistons are looking to make a big move. Hold up.
I don't get the sense that they're looking to do much. Could they find a player to slide into that trade exception? Absolutely. They could certainly go out and try to acquire somebody that could fit. That fits like one of the guys I mentioned, 9th, 10th guy, 11th guy, whatever it may be. Someone you need to fill a specific need on your roster. What I don't believe they're looking to do, in fact, I'm pretty sure of it, they're not looking to do anything big that shakes up this roster. They really like this roster. They might love this roster. The chemistry on this team, and JB Bickerstaff has talked about this a lot, it's fantastic. The connectivity of this team is great. This is a team that, for the last 2 years has largely grown together. The core young guys have been around for even longer, but they've had some veterans sprinkled onto this roster. Tobias Harris came in a couple of years ago. Duncan Robinson, Javonte Green. These are guys that have had a positive impact on this locker room. And the Pistons really like the results of this roster developing together. There's a pathway, however narrow, for Detroit to be a championship team this year. And I get the sense the Pistons are going to try to see that through. If they don't make it that far, if they get beat in the first or second round, maybe they reassess this offseason. Trajan Langdon, the president in Detroit, he's taken a long view approach with this team. So my sense is that while it's very possible we see Detroit use that trade exception, take on a piece that makes sense for them, I don't think you're going to see a big deal before the trade deadline. I don't think you're going to see them shake up this roster. They like this roster. This roster's got great connectivity, and I think they're going to see what they can do with this team for the rest of the season.
Oh.
He said, to be fair, he said there's a very narrow chance of this team to win a championship. That's when I knew he doesn't know what he's saying. Doc said Chris Mannix is smart. He said, I can guarantee you they won't make a splash trade.
Yeah, no, I to
Sure
be honest,
about that?
I don't
Guarantee?
based on the history of this franchise. I mean, the only thing we've gotten is a big trade is Blake Griffin. I mean, there hasn't really been much. So.
Guaranteed, though? Like, this is a new regime. This isn't the regime from before.
No, it is. Yeah, it is a different one. You're right.
Yeah.
I mean, me and you actually disagree. I don't think they can win a championship as constructed. So I encourage them to make a move. They should make a move. Like
we agree.
Yeah, maybe you think they can.
I think they make a move and they can win a champ. If they make the right trade, they can win a championship. That's been my point. I think the last when we talked to the doc. I apologize if I confused that earlier.
Oh, okay. All right. Because I think you and Doc were arguing the shooting thing, and you were like, "No, they don't need to."
I think defensively, I think, and what I told Doc, if they add another shooter to this team, they're good to go. Like if you add someone who can shoot, like
if they add Max Christie who can shoot the ball, you would feel like they can win a championship.
If they added the right piece to this team, they can win it all.
What is that? And I'll ask you genuinely, what does that right piece to you look like? Like, what does it have to be for you to feel confident? Genuinely,
name a couple guys. I'll tell you yes or no.
I don't know. Like, if they get out of the guys available, like, okay, there's Herbert Jones, Michael Porter Jr. Like, it has to be like a Michael Porter Jr. type of guy for you.
Yeah, or like a Trey Murphy
another 20.
I still think you can contend for a championship with your current roster. I think you can contend, and I think there's the comment of a narrow path. I think that's more so like, yeah, it's a more narrow path. I still think you can do it, yes. But I am with you in the sense of you add one really good piece to this roster, you're a championship contender. And I think right now you are, but it just depends, like, what percentage do you believe that is? Right now it's probably a little lower. But then if you're like, okay, if you add a piece, wait a second. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Let me check the odds. I can check the odds. Want to guess the odds? Let's play the game.
I'm not as good with the NBA side. I don't really know. I'm usually spot on with the NFL side.
What do you think the favorite is?
The Thunder, it should be.
What do you think it is?
Like plus 500.
No.
Plus 200?
Lower.
Plus 100?
Plus 115. That's crazy.
It's crazy. They're so good.
Insane.
They're going to win again. I think they'll win again, to be honest.
Second? You got this. Do you want me to give you a hint?
Yeah.
The next two are West.
Are the Lakers in there?
No. They're not even in the top 5 or 6.
I feel like the Lakers are like the Chiefs in the on the NBA. Like they'll always be in the top 5. Denver? Like
Denver. Denver's in there. Denver is number 2 at plus 600.
Yeah, I like that. That's a big, by the way, that's a big drop off.
Plus 115 to plus 600 is insane. And then there's another drop off from Thunder. They're essentially saying the West is going to win it because they have the Thunder at plus 115, the Denver Nuggets at plus 600, and then it falls all the way off to plus 1400, another West team at plus 14. So it goes from 600 to 1400.
Another West team.
Young team. I'll give you that hint.
Spurs,
third. Fourth is an East team at the same as plus 1400, tied with the Spurs.
Knicks, Celtics.
No.
Cavs.
Nope.
Oh, Pistons.
Pistons are the first. Yep. They're the favorite. It looks like they might be the favorite to come out of the East. Yeah, they are. They're plus 310 favorites to come out of the East this year. What a world we're living in, dude. I can't believe that right now the Pistons are the favorites to win the East. That's so sick.
I mean, they're like 5 games above the Knicks right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 30. They have 34 wins. They're the first team to 30. I mean, 30 plus. They have 34. I want to see first. What's their record? I'm curious what their winning record is, or their record is against winning teams this year.
Pistons? Where do you even look at that?
I don't know. I was just genuinely curious because I think that would be interesting to see. Because then you could see what are they. I know it's and the regular season's the regular season, but at least you get a scope of like them facing. Let's see. The Pistons are 13-6. Above teams that are above 500.
Over 500. Okay, that's actually not that bad. That's a good. That feels good.
So I'll give you some other teams. The Knicks are 12-13 versus 500 or above teams. The Boston Celtics are 13-11. The Raptors are 11-13. They are one of the few teams in the league with a running record against teams above 500. So that's good.
Yeah,
that's actually really good. I think where my concern is, to be honest, like they've proven a lot in the regular season, and I hate to even bring up like concerns with a team that's so good. But the reason why I'm a big advocate for a move is because my worry is once you get to the postseason, it's going to turn again into Cade hero ball, and I worry about the perimeter shooting. That's where I'm at, because I think what helped last year, and you didn't have. Well, this year it doesn't really matter. They didn't have Ivy, but it didn't matter. I mean, he's not really playing a role anyway. But they had like guys like Malik Beasley who can come in and hit shots. Now you have Duncan Robinson, who's a really good shooter, but they don't have enough perimeter shooting to where if Cade's getting doubled, and you know how the playoffs are. We watch the playoffs every year. Defense. I mean, it turns into more of a half-court game. Refs hold the whistle. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of things kind of switch up come the playoffs. Defense matters, which the Pistons do. They play defense. Yep. Which is a benefit. But I'm just curious kind of who becomes the Robin. You know, like, is it Duran? Is he going to be a guy in the postseason that can give you 20 or 10 a night? You know, you would like to think. But that's probably where I'm more at is I worry about that perimeter shooting still. I think they're about middle of the pack in the NBA in three-point shooting, which I'm a little worried for. Like, that's why teams like the Thunder are favorites. I mean, they're pretty complete. They have size, shooting, guys.
They do have it all, and that's why it's hard to beat them. I still like. I don't know how to explain it. I know you hate me saying it because I said it to the doc the other night. I just think this team plays a different style of basketball, and I think there's like a world
wins them games. They've won a lot of games.
Well, that's my point. Is it's like I think so many people are like, well, it's today's NBA. You have to have shooting or you can't win, and it's like, well, like I know the playoffs is different, but like. This team obviously has proven to you that they don't need what the Warriors were or what the Thunder shoot, where you need to go shoot 40%. Like they can win playing defense, dude. And like I just feel like maybe you haven't seen that as much in the NBA recently. And that's where it's like I get it because I understand what you're saying. Like you can never have too much shooting, right? You can always get more shooting, and you can always surround Cade with shooters that takes away. But the way that they play, like the way this team plays, the style they do. It's a little different than what you've seen, I think. Like, I really do. I think they just try and just hard-nose you until the end of the game, and they wear you out. And it's like, hey, we don't need shooting to do that. You saw it in the Knicks last year, like the Knicks series. Like, yeah, you have Malik Beasley to shoot, but, like, they were without Isaiah Stewart. And if they have Isaiah Stewart, they probably win that series. And guess what? Like, did they have as much shooting? Like, that was an issue last year too, right? But, like, if you have Stu last year, you probably beat the Knicks in that series. You know what I mean? So it's like now you have a full roster. You make maybe a move at the trade deadline here. You add someone maybe who can get that has a decent three-point shot, maybe a 38 to 42% three-point shooter, and you roll with that. And Jeff, I'm gonna stick with that, dude. I think this team can win the champ. I think they could beat the Thunder. And I don't think that's crazy to say. I think the Thunder have shown they're beatable this year. They've gone on stretches where they've gotten beat, and there's a formula to beat the Thunder. And I think if the games I watched the Thunder struggle. I don't know if you watched them, Jeff, but I don't think like when the Thunder get beat up a little bit, when they get in those like dirty games, which is what the Pistons do. Like that's when you can kind of throw them off their guard a little bit. I think it's a different style of basketball. I don't know how to explain it. Like I think it's just like, and you remember, and you know how like in football, like, and you see it all the time where it like goes from like the air raid, and then everyone kind of switches to that, but then you have these people who kind of switch the other way, and then it like the pendulum just switches back and forth. I feel like the Pistons are doing that right now with defensive basketball.
Yeah, it's like it's the offense of the NFL. I mean, teams are going personnel, a lot of 13 personnel now. You know, like that's literally what the league.
Yeah,
doesn't the NBA? But I just think the NBA with shooting is a very different. I just think that's a.
I think that's a common thought though for people in the NBA. They're like, you have to shoot. You have to be elite at shooting.
You got to be capable to knock.
How are they the second best team in the NBA right now, and they're not even close to one of the best shooting teams in the NBA?
Well,
it's the playoffs. Like I don't buy that as much. Like I still think defensive rebounding carries into the playoffs. I think the reason that teams fall off in the playoffs is because they're not a good defensive team. And if you're not that high level of a defensive rebounding team, when you get to the playoffs and you also can't shoot, it shines much more because you're not playing defense and you're relying on other things besides shooting. But if you are an elite defensive team, like one of the best that there is, you don't need the game translates. Like that translates to the playoffs. I don't think shooting's the only thing that matters in the playoffs.
No, it's shooting.
You have to defend and rebound.
Star power. You got to have the ability to shoot. You have guys, the capable shooters, and you need a really good defensive team. And I think the defense and rebounding, I think that's like such a big deal in the playoffs. And it's like, I get your point playoff wise, but a lot of those teams you see that fall off, they're not like a top 3 defensive team in the NBA or a top 5. No, you need all of it. I'm not saying you're wrong.
Yeah.
You need to be like when the Celtics they had stars, they had guys around Jason and Jalen that can knock down threes, and they were elite defensively. Like you need all of it. I mean,
I'm with you though. The Robin thing
get there without shooting, or not as much shooting because of their defense. I think you need all of it. I mean, that's what teams win. You're complete. It's what the Thunder are able to do. The Pacers had that. They had size. They had Tyrese. Obviously who had an incredible run, but they had guys that could knock down shots. I
just think sometimes in Detroit,
if Duncan goes cold, what happens?
You saw that last night. He couldn't hit a shot, but
my worry is.
But I still do think I think we put a little too much into you have to have a shot. It's like with the Lions. Like Lions fans are very, 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 very much like you need an edge, and it's like even if Brad got an edge, they're going to still be like, we need an edge. It's like, okay, dude, you're just now, it's like you're addicted to saying that. I feel like Detroit fans with the Pistons might be addicted to being like, you will never win if you don't have shooters. But they're winning.
Do you think they can win without shooting? Is that what you're saying?
I think they could. Yeah, I think they could. Okay. I don't think it's impossible for them to. I think they're good. They're elite enough defensively, and they play as a team offensively enough to be able to figure it out. Last year, I don't think defensively and everything they were decent, but I don't think they were at that level that they are this year.
They also went cold shooting the ball as well at times. Besides, I don't
think they're that bad. I don't know.
The ball over, obviously. But yeah, that's fine. I think it's like in the NFL, we say you need a defense, you need a quarterback play at a high level, you need a head coach. It's kind of like you need all 3 of those pieces kind of collect. That's how I look at the NBA. Is if you have shooting, if you have star power, you have defense. Let's bring on Caleb. We'll get his thoughts on it. Caleb Czarnik, host of the Saturday Mornings with Crunch Time, the show that's live every single Saturday. And I just have to say, congratulations. Congratulations to Caleb.
Gentlemen, it's great to see you guys. It's a wonderful, cold Friday night here in Detroit.
Hey,
Jeff, it's good to see you, my friend. It's good to see you. Look, Jeff, I texted you before that the Broncos game. I said, this is the most nervous I have been for a game ever. I could have had $1 million on another game, and I wouldn't have been as nervous as I was for that.
It didn't really matter. It didn't matter, and I'm glad because when I was watching the game, I go, I tried to do as much research as possible. I messed up on the most obvious research, the weather. And if I would have looked at the weather, I probably would have picked the Broncos with you. But it didn't matter because the Rams ended up losing. So it didn't really matter anyway, which made me feel a lot better, by the way. Because if the Rams would have won and I just missed the fact there was a blizzard, I would have been devastated for sure. But it's fine. Congrats, Caleb. You know what?
Can't wait to see Jeff in a McDonald's. That's going to be electric.
How do you feel about what we're talking about, Caleb? The whole Pistons thing, trade deadline stuff, because we're just talking. We were looking at it was the reporter from the NBA writer that said that he doesn't think the Pistons will necessarily make a big move, given that JB's harped on chemistry and the importance of it. And me and Booner were talking about just I personally just don't. I think a move would make me feel significantly better. I think right now, I don't believe they can win a championship. I think they're a really good team, but I just think the postseason, there's going to be some things shooting, a big part of it shooting,
There it is.
where they'll be exposed a little bit. I think their defense is incredible. I think Cade Cunningham's an incredible player, but once you get in the playoffs, things kind of shrink. Cade's going to get doubled. We haven't seen Duran yet kind of take the next step. That's probably another thing I want to see in the playoffs. Like, can he be a guy that can get you 20 and 10 a game? But like last night, we were just talking, like Duncan Robinson goes over 8. I get worried, and Booner is big on the defensive side. Like they stay in games, bro. They stay in games. They play hard. They're young and they don't know no better, which sometimes is a good thing. They just are playing. They're playing ball and having a blast. What do you think about the deadline? Do you think the Pistons are active? Do you think they stay put? We kind of talked about it a little bit with you last week, but where are you at right now?
Yeah, I tweeted this out yesterday. I'm really hoping that Trajan Langdon kind of changes the whole narrative around Detroit sports that teams don't make moves at the deadline, because I think this is a very important deadline for the Detroit Pistons. Yes, they're a very good team. Obviously, they're number one in the Eastern Conference. They're very fun to watch. They're young. They have a good young core, a good group of players. But you need to go make a move. And it's not just three-point shooting. It's scoring in general. Guys, we keep talking about Trey Murphy, MPJ, guys like that are just going to bring you offense, because postseason basketball is a totally different beast. During the regular season, you're going to be able to win because you play hard like the Pistons do, and you're going to be able to shut teams down. But in the postseason, everybody plays hard and everybody kind of elevates their defense. And Booner, you bring up the three-point shooting, and I think you're kind of discrediting what three-point shooting does for an NBA team. You look at the past NBA champions, you look at OKC, they were top 6 in the NBA in three-point shooting. Boston was second in the NBA in three-point shooting. Denver was 4th. Milwaukee was 5th. The year before that, it was Golden State. We all know what Golden State does. What three-point shooting does for a team is it extends leads and it trims deficits, and that's really important in the postseason. So you really need to bring in a guy that's going to be able to shoot the three, not only do that, but create for themselves. So I'm hopefully they're active. They have the pieces to go make moves, but I don't know. I could see it being like a Scott Harris, Brad Holmes thing, guys, where Trajan really likes this core he has, and he kind of stays put. But I'm hoping that's not the case, because this team, I mean, if they make a move, they could make a serious push at the NBA
Where'd you
championship.
get that stat from, by the way? The past champions with 3-point. You should tweet that out. That was a great nugget you just pulled out there.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to keep harping on this 3-point thing. I just like you guys. Like again, this is like the Lions fans with edges, where it's like the only I'm not discrediting shooting at all. You have to be able to shoot the rock, and you have to have guys around. But like your point of like, and then this is what I hate, where you guys discredit like, oh, you can't in the postseason just play hard and beat teams like you can in the regular season. Like, what are we talking about? Like, you elevate, like playing hard in the playoffs is the teams that win, and the Pistons do that at the highest level in the NBA right now. They outwork teams, and then when you get to the playoffs, yeah, okay, shooting matters. OKC shot like 33% from 3 in the playoffs last year and won the championship. Like, that's a fact. The Pistons are shooting almost 36% from 3 right now. So it's like, yeah, you want to talk about shooting. It's not end all be all. What it is, it's can your team play hard? Who's going to play to the whistle? How deep can you go? And can you play defense? Like, that's what it comes down to. Can you hold OKC to 33% from 3-point range? Like, and then it's like, okay, can you go out there and still compete with them offensively? But I think like we always like, again, I think Pistons fans are addicted because we haven't had the best shooting, but it's like, oh, shooting. It's like, hey, like, yeah, you have to be able to shoot the ball to win a championship. Like, that's obvious. You have to put the ball in the net and score points. But when you get to the playoffs, you have to be able to defend. And it's the best defensive teams in the NBA that win championships. That's what it comes down. It always comes down to that. Like OKC defense. Lou Dort, you don't want to see Lou Dort. I know you don't, Caleb. You don't want to see Lou Dort out there.
Overrated player, but I overrated player.
These teams like defense, like the Celtics, they locked up defensively. Like that's the thing. People forget. Like I think people get too excited about shooting, and again, I think it's because of that Warriors era. But what did the Warriors do so well outside of shooting that no one talked about? Underrated. They defended at such a high level in the playoffs. Such a high level. I think defensively means more in the postseason than shooting does. Like, yes, you have to shoot the ball, but if you can defend and you can limit teams, you can win you're going to be in every single game in the postseason. And when, again, you look at the OKC Thunder last year, 33.8% in the playoffs they shot. You're shooting 1.5% more this year, the Pistons are. And like, yeah, it might drop, but like, you don't need to go out there and shoot 36% to win an NBA championship. You need to be able to defend. And right now, something that translates from the regular season to the playoffs. Something that can drop off is 3-point percentage. Something that translates no matter what, that you just aren't going to get bad at just overnight, is defense and rebounding. It's not going to happen. And like this defensive team, or this Detroit Pistons team, they defend at such a high level. That's their MO. And that's something in the playoffs. Like, that's the number one thing. Like, you guys could argue shooting is the number one thing in the playoffs.
Well, it's not just shooting.
That's what I was going to say. It's not just shooting. I think
it's not. But you guys argue that, and that's all I hear. The number one thing in the playoffs to win a champ, it's defense. That's it. Like, point blank, nothing else behind it.
But
if you can defend, you can win.
Last night you saw it when they played Phoenix. They played good defense, but the Suns just caught fire. And when you can't score, that will happen no matter what. Every 6 games. But if no matter what. But if it was the 12th loss of the season, so it was a bad loss, but it was only their 12th loss of the season. But that loss and I texted you guys about it last night. Like, and tonight's a good test against the Warriors at 10 o'clock ESPN. I'm excited for that, but. It kind of showed like how much the Pistons are actually lacking offensively, because you look when Cade isn't playing his best game. I think he shot 8 for 22 last night. When Duncan Robinson goes through these cold spells like he is right now, they really have nothing offensively. And yes, Booner, defense is incredibly important. This team plays hard and they rebound very well. But when a team catches fire and they're just beating you on offense, you got to be able to score the basketball.
It's going to happen. Right now, I think last night might have been an overreaction.
What if it happens 3 times out of 7 in a playoff series? Because that can happen.
Then you lose 3 games and you win 4 and you win in game 7.
You can catch Cleveland at a bad time in the playoffs when Donovan Mitchell's on fire and all these guys are on fire. That can happen.
I think it's an overreaction by you. Like last night, overreaction. Like, yes, it's a team's going to catch fire. The Thunder last year lost a playoff game by 40 points, Caleb. They lost to the Timberwolves one game because they caught fire. The Timberwolves caught fire. They lost by 40 in a playoff game. A dominant NBA championship team lost by 40 to the Timberwolves.
I think I know.
I'm pretty sure they lost by 20 to the Pacers in the finals at one point. Yes, teams are going to catch fire, but if you can consistently just lean on your defense, again, a team's going to catch fire, yes, but if you are giving them havoc defensively for a 7-game series, dude, they're not going to catch fire 4 of those games. They won't. They can't.
I have to say something real quick.
No one can.
I have a question for you, and I think I know the answer to it, but first thing I want to say is sometimes the Pistons' bad offense turns into bad defense as well, like last night. When they can't break a zone, when they can't do this, when they're missing shots, they struggle defensively sometimes. They're very good at half-court defense when their offense is playing well. But when their offense isn't playing well, sometimes it translates to their defense.
Right, and like the majority of their games, this happens. It's like they've lost 12 games.
I mean, no, the whole month of November, they played really good offense. I mean, they're averaging like 118 points a game. But as of late, I mean, teams are learning how to play them. They're learning to pick up Cade Cunningham at half-court and kind of double him. And then after that, he gives the ball to Javonte Green. What happens? Nothing. Booner, let me ask you this. Would you be okay if they did nothing at the deadline? You think they're all right? Just how good they are defensively. If they went out and only got like a small piece, if they went out and got like a Jose Alvarado or someone like that, you'd be okay with it?
No, obviously I've said the last 2 days. If you were listening when you were in the back room, Caleb, I said that I think they need. I'm with Jeff. Okay. They should add a piece. Like, and I've actually been one of the ones for the last 6 or 7. I've said this for the last year that they need to go get a legit number 2. Like they need a number 2. You need one. Like your number 2 right now is a center. It's hard to have a center that's similar to, I don't know, as you say, Bam Adebayo or whoever it was that always compared Jalen Duran to Bam Adebayo. But a guy like that, like that's a tough number 2. You need to go get another wing or a guard that's your number 2. And if they do that, I think they're a legit championship contender. I don't think it's something where.
Yeah, but why do they have to do that, Booner? Why do they have to do it?
I think it's more. I don't think that they can't win a championship with what they have now. I think defensively, you're going to be in a position to do it.
I don't think
7-game series. Okay, that's on you. But I think in a 7-game series, if you could play elite defense, you're going to put yourself in a position to at least go 7 games. If you add one more piece and this offense gets taken to a different level, it's over. Like now you're the number 2 clear favorite, and it's you and OKC, and it's not close. Right now, I still think you can compete. Like you're the 4th best. You have the 4th best odds to win the championship, and you have the number 1 odds coming out of the East with the current team. You can compete for a championship like that. You can. Like, are they better than last year's Pacers team? Yes. Like I would say yes. What did last year's Pacers team do? They took the Thunder to 7 games, and Tyrese Halliburton got hurt in the first quarter, and they lost the game. So, like, can they go to the championship right now if I think they're better than last year's Pacers team? 100%.
I mean, I think my whole thing is I want to win one. And I think you could win one if you add offense.
Agreed. I think you give yourself a better chance.
Yeah, the reason I think you could maybe get there now is because the Eastern Conference is bad. Look, Boston's a really good team, but the Eastern Conference is bad. But like I said, you could catch Cleveland when they're red hot, but you could also catch Cleveland when they're playing terrible like they have at times this season. So, I mean, Booner, I agree with you in the fact that if you add someone, you are the clear-cut favorite in the Eastern Conference. You're way ahead of the Celtics. You're way ahead of the Celtics. You're way ahead of the Knicks. You're way ahead of these other teams that are competing.
What do you think of some of the names that are out there? I know we talked about like Trey Murphy, Michael Porter Jr., even like the smaller names. I saw shout out Kool-Aid. He gave me like a list of his names, like the Herbert Joneses of the world and Max Christie's of the world. Where are you at in like your Caleb wish list if you're ranking guys?
Yeah, in terms of those two, the last two players you said, kind of the smaller players like the Herb Jones and the Max Christie's. Herb Jones is a player that
I feel like they already have two Herb Joneses.
They already have a couple Herb. That's exactly what I was trying to say. They already have a couple Herb Joneses. He's not necessarily going to create his own shot. Look, he's a hell of a defender, one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball, but he's not the type of player I'm looking for. Max Christie, he gives you a jolt offensively, obviously. He's probably the number 2 right now in Dallas outside of Cooper Flagg. But, I mean, a guy I tune into Saturday morning's Crunch Time Sports. I have a couple mock trades with this guy tomorrow. Malik Monk, I mean, we kind of talked about him last week. Malik Monk is a player that I personally thought there was a sign-and trade deal done with Dennis Schroeder in the offseason. I was so excited to bring a guy like Malik Monk in. I think he's a perfect fit for this Pistons team, but obviously the top 2 guys, Michael Porter Jr., Trey Murphy, and obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo. That's the number 1.
Yeah, let's go. So he'll be traded by the deadline? Is that what they were saying?
Which is crazy.
Which
is crazy.
Like, why would you want to take the time in the offseason and like filter offers and see what team? Because to rush it in a week, I mean,
I don't think there's a world though he comes to the Pistons. I'm with you, Caleb. I think that's number 1. That'd be sick. I haven't even heard I've heard all these teams that have offered.
They wouldn't trade.
And I haven't even seen the Pistons. Yeah, I haven't even seen the Pistons name pop up once with Giannis.
Oh yeah, it's not gonna happen. I mean, it's not.
Would you give up Jalen Duran for Giannis?
No, I would. Him and Kate are the only him. I kind of. We're gonna talk about this tomorrow.
I was having this conversation at work, and I said I don't think I would either.
The 3 untouchables for me for the Detroit Pistons are Cade, Stu, and Duran. Those are the 3 untouchables.
I didn't think Stu's not. I
love
love Stu.
I get
love him, but he's not. I think I would even say Assar over Stu personally. But
the reason I would say Stu is because I don't think we've seen everything we've seen out of Stu offensively. I think he could get much better offensively. And he's the second best rim protector in basketball, and he's 25 years old. I agree with that,
but I don't think Stu has hit his ceiling offensively. Like, we've seen Stu do Stu. Like, we know what Stu. Like, Stu's not about to be like, I'm about to start putting someone on an island and go.
No.
Stu is Stu. But we've seen Stu seal. We know what Stu is offensively.
I don't know.
I will bet you. I'll bet you $500 at some point in his career. We could bet it now, and we could do a payment plan for either one of us, whatever we want to do. I'll bet you that Stu will never average 16 points a game in the NBA.
I think
10 is his line.
I just don't think we've seen he could get better at finishing it at the rim. I think he can become a better.
What's that?
Yeah,
what?
I mean, you're telling me we've seen the best.
But you're saying he's untouchable because no. Hold on, Caleb.
If you were asking me right now,
wait. Okay. You can't say someone's untouchable because they haven't hit their ceiling yet with offense and be like they just need to fix their finishing at their. When you say someone's ceiling, they haven't hit it yet, that means they can get 5, 6, maybe 7 more points per game. They could take another
5 more points a game.
No, he can't. He's not averaging 16 points a game ever in his career.
He definitely can. I mean, he's a stretch.
That's like you being Ben Wallace could get better at the rim, so he's going to do it.
I mean, Isaiah Stewart could average 16 points.
I'll say this: 5 points.
If he's on a bad team, maybe
5 points a game isn't that crazy. But I'm not putting Isaiah Stewart as untouchable. There's no way. Honestly,
I respect Caleb dying on that hill, but Jeff, he could get 5 more points a game if he's on the worst team in the NBA, and there's no. But on a good team, he's not getting more shots.
He play, yeah. I mean, that's like I mean, really, you're just talking like 3 buckets if he gets
It sounds easy, but really, it's
or
like
2 threes or something. Yeah, I mean, it just depends. There's a lot of things that go into it. But anyway, I guess where I'm at, and I want to address this. Like, listen, I love Jalen Duran. The only untouchable on this team is Cade Cunningham. That's a fact. Unless you're giving the only way I would trade Jalen Duran is if it's a perennial all-star player. Like, and I love Jalen Duran, but there's no way you could tell me that Jalen Duran's untouchable. If you're getting like a perennial all-star, like bona fide all-star, like 25 a game bucket, like Giannis is it? I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Fame player, and he's 30 years old. And you're telling me that if they said I want Duran, you both would be like, no.
I don't. I think Duran is one. Dude, I think Duran, like to Caleb's point with Stu, like Duran's can average 20 and 15 a game at some point in his career. Like that's really, and he's 21. Like,
yeah, he's a 20. I would feel very uncomfortable getting rid
Caleb's
of
argument with Stu. That's what we should be saying about Duran. Like he's not close to his ceiling yet.
Both of them.
No.
Both of them.
No.
Both of them.
With Duran, you just love Stu.
Stewart averages 16 points next
Dude,
year.
I mean, he's averaged like his career high. He shot almost 10 shots a game a couple years ago, and he only averaged 11 a game.
A couple years ago was his second year in the league.
Caleb.
He was a totally different player back then.
As long as the Pistons are as good as they are with the roster they have, he will never touch 16 points per game.
But okay, let's take offense out of it. Defensively, is that not an untouchable defensive
He's
player?
unbelievable. But
he's the second best rim protector. He's the second best defender in all of basketball.
He's part of that defense you love, Boone. I'll be honest.
Oh, he is. I love it. But like, I'm with you though. Like
part of it.
But like you can't say like you can't. I think like in every team there's only one or two untouchable pieces.
You can't make him untouchable.
I am making Isaiah Stewart.
If you make Isaiah Stewart untouchable, you're in.
Unless
Caleb,
it's like unless a trade
you're saying that with the Pistons hat on, you just really love him. That's how I look at it.
Unless it was a trade like to buy, like if the trade was Tobias Harris, if the trade was Tobias Harris and Isaiah Stewart. Sure, but if it was Isaiah,
that's what we're saying. So he's not untouchable.
But if it was Isaiah Stewart and Tobias Harris and Ivy and 2 firsts or 3 firsts, I'd feel pretty uncomfortable.
Hold on. Time out. 30 second time out. Caleb, I need you to hold on. Jeff, Caleb, can you go in the back room for a second? Just 10 seconds.
Yeah.
His argument that Isaiah Stewart's untouchable, he literally said, if it was Isaiah Stewart and Tobias, I would do it. So his argument saying he's untouchable was that he's actually touchable. I just want that on record.
He's becoming more touchable by the minute.
Yeah, I just want that on record.
He's untouchable. I wouldn't trade Tobias Harris and Isaiah Stewart for. I'm not doing. He's untouchable.
You just said you would.
Nope, he's untouchable.
What a series of unfortunate events that's taken place with Caleb there.
Honestly, those three guys, I would not. Obviously, Cade is.
So what
Cade might be the.
Caleb, when you say untouchable, is you will not even look at a trade offer. Like Cade, I don't even want to speak to you. I'm not even picking up the phone. Duran, clearly, you both feel you wouldn't even pick up the phone. Isaiah Stewart, you're telling me you wouldn't even pick up the phone. That's untouchable. If you say you would, he's not untouchable. You
guys got me in quite the corner.
There's no corner. It's pick a side. There's no like. We drew a line in the middle. You're like in a Mr. Beast video, and then he said you got to pick one of these sides now.
Okay. The reason you got me in a corner is because maybe I phrased it incorrectly.
Maybe you listened.
Let me restate my thesis. Let me restate my thesis.
Okay.
Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duran, like Jeff said, you don't pick up the phone with any team in the NBA.
Yes.
Cade Cunningham might be the second most untouchable player in all of basketball outside of Victor Wembanyama, and Jalen Duran is a 21-year-old all-star.
Shay's in there too.
Sure.
Yeah.
With Isaiah Stewart, I would feel incredibly uncomfortable if he was a part of any deal for any player in the entire league because of what he brings to your team defensively. And like I said, what I think he could bring to your team offensively. He's third on that list. If the 3 players, he is a player I don't want to trade at all, but maybe he's not untouchable. Because for a player like Giannis, yes, over Assar, over obviously Ivy, but if it was for a guy like Giannis, I could.
He's touchable. I'm glad we were able to.
I'm glad we could work
swing
that out.
That one.
I'm glad we could work that out.
You really took a 180 on that one, which I appreciate. I appreciate you coming to.
You would be hard pressed to even to make a trade, but you would pick up the phone. You wouldn't want to trade them, but you would at least pick.
I'd fight my ass if they wanted to. I'd fight my ass off to. Please just take Karis LeVert instead. I don't want to get rid of Stu.
Caleb, I think that's actually fair. Because I think honestly, I kind of agree with that to where you would do everything in your power not to throw Isaiah Stewart in the package. It's the same thing with even in my opinion, like in an Assar. Like I would do everything in my power not to make sure he's not in a package that goes to somewhere. But if you really wanted a player and you think you win a championship with the player and they're dead set on it, it's like, okay, maybe we have to do it. Like, and if you really think that that player like Giannis can help you win a championship, and you're like, they're like, we're only doing it with that one piece, and you've done everything. You're like, I'll give you 100 first-round picks the next 100 years. They're like, we want Stu. It's like, okay.
What about this? What about this? Trey Murphy, right? I'm Troy Weaver and Joe Dumars. You got the whole Pelicans, the boys over there. They're calling the Pistons. You're Langdon. You pick up the phone. How's it going? How's it going, Trajan? I heard you want Trey Murphy. You obviously worked with him. You have some familiarity with him. You can have him. All I want is Tobias Harris, Jaden Ivey, and Isaiah Stewart.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
You're hanging up on him?
I'm not doing it. No,
You're hanging up on Troy Weaver?
I'm hanging up on him. If it was Assar instead of Isaiah Stewart, and I know a lot of people, I like Assar Thompson. A lot of people are uncomfortable with the fact that Assar Thompson might be dangled as trade bait. Assar Thompson has become incredibly touchable to me. Or that sounded weird. Incredibly.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wild.
Available in trades.
Clip that.
Yeah, incredibly available to me, guys. He is and I hate to switch a subject, just like a 180. But Assar Thompson, tell me if you guys agree. He's just a black hole offensively right now. I know he's young and he can progress, but I mean, this is his third year in the league, and you're telling me you're still airballing threes. Like, do you know how? Like, he's bad on the he's bad. He's a freak athlete, but he's bad in the fast break. The amount of times I see him drive in the lane and just fall down is insane. He's a turnover machine. And defensively, yeah, he's a good on-ball defender. But offensively, he just brings you nothing. He just brings you absolutely nothing. And he's young. He can get better. But he's become pretty tradable in my eyes.
I just update real quick, Caleb. I just had to throw update for the people. Michigan was up 16. It's a 5-point game, and I'm officially sweating.
Take State live too.
Officially sweating over here right now, and they have the ball now. Michigan just turned the ball over. I'm officially sweating.
Booner, let me ask you this. I was going to ask Flannel and Gentry tomorrow. How much different is, in your eyes, being a Wolverine? How much, in your eyes, is the basketball rivalry and the football rivalry? Like, how much of a difference is that?
Well, I mean, football, I think, is just football's king. You know what I mean? And anything. So it's looked at in a very, very. I will say, like, the Michigan State obviously had that run with D'Antonio where they were really good. So the rivalry was good, but obviously Michigan State hasn't been as good. Where in basketball, it's been constantly, they've both been pretty good over the last 15 years. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So,
hey, by the way,
like right now, you have a top 10 matchup. When was the last time you saw Michigan State top 10? What was that like? Again, when Mike D'Antonio was a coach, it was ages ago. It feels like.
They're clawing right now. Life with Chris, appreciate the 5. He says play and start at 7 to 10. What team would you not want to play in the first round? So you have, I'll give you the teams. You have the Miami Heat, Orlando Magic, Atlanta Hawks, Chicago Bulls.
I would not want to play Orlando.
I would not want to play Atlanta.
Atlanta's not bad. Atlanta's actually starting. Jalen Johnson, like those guys are starting to get pretty good.
Yeah,
but, dude,
I'm curious to see what they do at the trade deadline. They haven't been playing the best ball lately, but I mean, Cade usually plays well against Dyson Daniels, but that team could be really, really scary. Nickeil Alexander-Walker, a guy a lot of us wanted in free agency, he's hooping right now. But yeah, the Magic too, Boone. I mean, they just got a
Magic,
lot of
dude. We don't want to see Desmond Bain give us 50 again.
No, dude. No, I never want Desmond Bain or unless they're in Pistons uniforms. The 3 guys I never want to see in LCA ever again is Brook Lopez, Desmond Bane, and Zach LaVine. Those three guys
Man.
torch the Pistons
every time, dude.
they
I've seen
play.
Zach LaVine live like 7 times in Detroit in my lifetime, and every time I think he might be averaging like 45 a game with me in attendance.
Yeah, that's true.
And then obviously we saw Desmond Bane earlier this year, and he gave the Pistons like 50. And they have like Wagner, Paolo's insane. Like, dude, they have. I think their top 3 or 4 are like very, very good.
Yeah, they
like
have
arguably all stars on their own teams. If you know what I mean, if they're all on separate teams, those are like all-star level players.
They're one of like 4 or 5 teams in the East with a under 10 losses at home. Like they have a winning record at home, but they have a pretty good record at home. Actually, above them is Miami Heat, and they're 6-4 in their last 10. The Heat, so they're playing pretty good ball lately too.
I actually have a bet right now on the Magic. I don't know if you guys know this, but just a fun fact: I had $10 in my sports betting account 2 days ago. I texted Caleb this. I told him I'm turning that into something for the Super Bowl. Caleb, I forgot to send you the bet. I apologize tonight.
Okay.
10 to 30 a couple nights ago, 30 to 60, and then today 15 to get to like 90 or something, whatever it is. But all I need Paolo left. And they're losing right now, Jeff, at home to the Raptors.
Yeah. Paolo, every time I bet on Paolo,
What does Emmanuel quickly have in that game? Do you know?
He's 11, 7, and 6. Do you have him something?
Emmanuel quickly.
Yeah, do you have a bet on him?
I almost bet his over on his points. How much time's in the game?
It's fourth quarter. He only has 11.
It was 16.5.
He can still get it.
I saw someone put out their best bet, and I was like, gonna just put that in, and then I didn't. So I wanted to see if it hit.
Honestly, Hanch, who's in our channel all the time, me and him the last 3 nights, we have just cooked up NBA parlays, just 3 or 4 legs, and we just look what he does. I don't know if you guys do this. What Hanch does is he looks at what teams give up versus specific positions. So like a team that gives up like for points, rebounds, assists, they'll give up like 40, averaging giving up 40 versus a small forward. And we'll go look at the small forward that night. Did he play a back-to-back? Is he fresh? And we've been doing that. And it's been like our formula that we've been working with the last 3 nights. It's we're getting some heat behind it. We might present it to like a TED Talk at some point.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty electric.
Yeah,
that's
why I was the Manuel quickly one, because the Magic give up a bunch of points to point guards. So that's why I was curious about that. So Cade would average 40 in that series, basically.
I wonder what he does versus the Magic.
Which is weird because they have Suggs, and Suggs is like one of the best perimeter defenders in basketball. And Anthony Black's a pretty good defender, I'm pretty sure.
Barbecue chicken. That's what that is.
Barbecue chicken.
Hey, what you think of the Cafka hire, Caleb, for the Lions?
Well, I thought it was pretty cool considering he was one of the guys we wanted as the offensive coordinator. So
you feel better about Petzing now, or what? You got the bald-headed duo in there.
That is pretty awesome. I mean, you look at this entire offensive stats. The lack of hair is like it might not mean much, but the lack of hair, it's there. But I think it's pretty cool. I mean, we've seen what Cafka did with the Giants, what he did with Jackson Dart, and what he did against the Detroit Lions with Jameis Winston. It was
did
pretty
with the
impressive.
Chiefs too. Did with the Chiefs.
Yes, exactly. So I mean, I'm glad we got another offensive mind in there with Drew Petzing. Yes, I don't know if it necessarily makes me feel better about the Petzing hire, but it makes like that in specific. But it makes me feel better about the offensive coaching staff in general. Just bringing in another guy like that, a guy that's pretty capable, I'd say, of being an offensive coordinator in this league. So yeah, I like the hire, and I'm curious to see what kind of role he plays here for the Detroit Lions and what he does to help this offense.
Yeah, I saw your shout out to you back in the lab making pizza.
Yeah. Yep.
Looked good, by the way. It looked really good.
Thank you.
You did a great job. People were loving it on our. We have people asking where they can get pizza from. So tell your boss. Yeah. People it's an advertisement, okay? Because people want to get pizza. But I wanted to ask you. I wanted to ask you. You did say in that reel, if he had hair, it would have been a good hire.
Caleb, I fully believe that. Actually, I fully.
Two people I want to shout out for this. And I was going to do it. Honolulu Blues, I want to shout out because they posted a picture of Drew Petzing with hair. And
did they actually?
Yeah, it was a long time. It was
like a Sean
the day
McVay.
after. I was like, oh, so we actually got the next Kyle Shanahan. This is the coolest thing ever.
I love that.
And then I'm pretty sure I heard through the grapevine that I think Easy and Spencer.
That's all I heard
on their show.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to them because I think that it's true. I mean, okay, and let me say this. Look, if you, just wear a hat. I mean, I like why was he not
grow
wearing
a beard? Maybe grow a beard.
Well, so Boone, I can't grow a beard. There's some people can't.
He can grow a beard.
I
right?
swear on my life I can't.
Not you. He
have
could.
A goatee?
I think he could.
But if I feel like you would if you were bald. You know,
he looks like a clean shaven. Well, what about Brian Dable?
No, he
has a beard.
But he's bald.
But he has a beard.
But that's what I'm saying.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not saying that all bald people can't grow beards. I'm saying that if you are bald, you probably are like if incapable of growing a beard.
Robert Saleh has something to say. Robert Saleh.
Yeah, but he's
bald,
a beast.
no beard.
And
but Robert Saleh has what is it like the 5 o'clock shadow always like he always. Show me a picture.
So.
Pull up Google Images right now.
Yeah, because he shaves it.
As soon as he shaves it, it comes back. It's like, remember how like the Santa Claus movie where it's like he keeps shaving and he's like, how is this coming back when he first becomes Santa? That's what it's like with Robert Saleh with his. He shaves it and it's like, dude, 5 o'clock shadow instantly.
Yeah.
Maybe he shaved it in the locker room right before the game.
Yeah, no, it's a go. He could rock a goatee. You could definitely see it there.
Can we get other pictures of Robert Saleh? Can you go to Google Images real quick? Just type in Robert Saleh.
Well, these are you got
maybe he is all clean shaven. I could be way wrong on this one.
This one he did have a beard in one of these photos, I think, at one point. Oh, right here.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Dude, if Drew Petzing had that, oh my gosh, he'd be the greatest offensive coordinator of all time. Well, that's all you got to do.
Yeah, no, it is. It's honestly, it is kind of insane that looks. Sometimes there's something about beards. You ever hear this? The stat that people with beards have, you tend to trust them more. You ever see that?
What about goatees? What do they say about
people
goatees?
Who have beards tend to be more trustworthy.
So over the last 6 months, as I've grown a beard, do you think more people trust me now?
I don't know. It's like a psychology research thing. I remember seeing it somewhere. If you have a beard, I don't know why. For some reason, it's a little more trustworthy.
Caleb rocking the Dan Campbell goatee over there is something.
And I've said this so many times. I've said this to the chat so many times that as a fat guy, you need some sort of facial hair, and all I could rock right now is the goatee. So
I would be interested if I shaved my beard if I have.
Did yours just come? Did your beard just come out of nowhere?
No, I grew it out. I never grew it out. I think you could grow one. No.
I mean, you always shaved it.
I always had a trimmer, and I would shave this like down a little bit, and I would trim this. And then when I was growing it out, I would always shave this. I would trim this, and I never would let this grow out. And then all of the boys would just say, Booner, just like, dude, there was a phase where even the chat, I think probably remembers it. They were essentially just bullying me. They were like, Booner's beard looks so bad. And then it took like maybe 3 months. And then all of a sudden people were like, Booner has the greatest beard of all time now. And it was like, there was like a 3-month period where I got bullied. I think you could grow one, Caleb. You just have to push. Like, you could be like, I can't grow one. Cause I always said like a year ago, I said I couldn't grow one. I told Jeff, like, I can't grow one. He's like, yes, you can. I said, no, I can't. He goes, yes, you can. You just got to push through it. And when you push through it and then you do a little cleaning up and you get a couple things in there, get it trimmed up, it might take like 6 or 7 months, but everyone can do it.
Boone, I want you to dig deep and really think about this, how your life has changed and the positives that has come out after growing a beard.
Oh, well, let's
the Venn diagram before beard, after beard. Same.
Me and Jeff hang out on the weekends. We go out and about and do things on the weekends. I think there is a clear difference from going out last year, meeting people, if you know what I mean, to going out this year, meeting people. It's like a night and day difference. People like
dudes love it. Basically, is what he's saying.
Not dudes. The other.
No, you didn't say women. So
girls like it's like a obvious difference. Like people are like, oh, like as crazy as it sounds, it's a change.
Yeah, it does. There's something about a beard. I'm telling you. So if Drew Petzing had a beard and or something, I think it would people would have trust in him better. I think the hair.
I think so too, Jeff.
Really, honestly, I think it's. I mean, it sounds. I'm that. If I swear to you,
I think we just figured
swear.
it out.
If the picture Honolulu Blues posted, if I saw that picture
Right?
originally, if Adam Schefter posted that picture, I promise you, I would have liked the hire. I'm not kidding. As bizarre as that
I don't know if this is honestly, I hate the fact. I know we have 8 minutes left of the show. Michigan State is within 2 now, and the Breslin is absolutely rocking. Fun fact: I coached at the Breslin first time Izzo one time. It was unbelievable. Shout out to Izzo. But this is stressing me out. I don't like where we're at right now, and we just turned the ball over.
Oh wait, this is the dude.
They could tie it up.
Hold on, I just found the picture. Oh, it's actually the heavyweight's thumb, but I'm gonna show this. Dude, like this?
Come on, dude. I mean, that's Sean McVay. That
actually looks like someone familiar. What does that look like?
Are we sure that's him?
I think that's someone that's a famous like actor.
I think that's just a hell of a job by Lance, dude.
I mean,
that looks like the kicker from Blue Mountain State.
Dude,
yeah,
that's the kicker from Blue Mountain State.
Yeah, it does, dude.
Dude, I mean, this guy's gonna have a number 1 offense in the league. I mean, this guy is gonna have the number 1 offense in the league, man. That's insane. Yeah, no, it's an interesting.
Booner, that's a crazy pull. I mean, that's just an awesome.
Isn't it though? That's for sure.
Speaking of crazy polls, Boone, thank you for sending that that app in the group chat. What is the app that you've been doing, that quiz thing?
Oh, Snapback. Is it Snapback or
dude? Those quizzes are tough.
Snapback. Is it Snapback?
Yeah, those quizzes are tough. But
trivia.
Those basketball ones I cook. Some of those football ones are tough.
I enjoy them. All right, Michigan's up 5 again. I'm sorry, boys. I'm so. My brain. This is. And I need 4 more points and rebounds from Paulo to hit my bet for the third straight night.
Yeah, Michigan's holding on, dude. They're like it's kind of getting a little scary here.
It's a 3-point game now.
I mean, that's getting a little. I don't know, man.
No, I need 2 points and rebounds from Paulo. I just need Paulo to get this, so I don't have to worry. I don't have to keep.
Like Dan Campbell. Did Dan Campbell attending this game change everything?
They were down 6 or like 14 maybe at the half or something.
They're showing
like
grit.
20-5 in the beginning of the game or something.
Trey McKinney 3. Oh, he missed it. Come on, Trey.
Maybe after the first half, they had Dan Campbell go in the locker room. It was like, what are we?
Izzo probably ripped him in the locker room, to be honest, if we're being honest, dude. Izzo probably ripped him.
How Izzo's how old? Like 65?
71, 72. His
Whoa.
birthday's actually today. Maybe he might have turned 74 today. Either 71 or 74 today is his birthday.
Dude, it's the most random thing. Out of all the people we've all gotten to meet throughout the years, I've gotten to interview Tom Izzo more than anyone else, which is
you have interviewed Tom Izzo a lot. He always showed up to the live events, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I interviewed him on Maz got him for us on the morning show on the phone. And then I asked him about, we had talked about Michigan State, asked him about Assar Thompson and Amin and Assar. And then he came to the golf course one time for the charity event. I got to talk to him. Super cool guy.
Dude. Izzo's one of the best to do it.
Super intimidating.
Yeah. I've met it. He is.
You said?
He has the type of presence, dude. When he's in front of you, you're just immediately intimidated. Like
it's not. I don't think he's like a mean person. I think it's more so like he's a legend. Like it's like meeting like a legend. And you don't get to meet a lot. Like I guess in our industry we get to, but like when you meet a living legend, you're like, wait a second, like different. We've met a lot of like famous people.
Like you're
like wait a second, this
you're like
one of the greatest ever.
Yeah,
it'd be like if you come across like Mike. And I'm not comparing Izzo to Michael Jordan, but like if you come across Michael Jordan, you're like, oh my gosh,
anyone that's one of the best at what they do. It's like You're like, holy shit, it's Tom Izzo. He's right there.
I coached against him before, dude. How crazy is that? That was like one of the. No, we lost. But I was coaching hard though, dude. I was coaching hard, like hard.
Maybe you noticed. Maybe you got a phone call coming your way pretty soon here, Booner. Like I've been waiting for you.
That.
I've been waiting for you. When I retire, you're taking over.
I've got connections to Izzo for sure, but I don't think he would be like, Booner, you want to come coach?
You
I
wanna
want to be
join
the head coach at Michigan State when I retire.
That would be funny, but
You're running the triangle off.
I really noticed, like, you did a great job back in 2016 versus us at Saginaw Valley. Like, that was unbelievable coaching job you had there.
Coach Boone.
Dude, Gus Johnson on the call too. This is good.
I think we're losing now. I think we're
Missed
down.
that, Jeff.
Yeah.
Gus is good, dude. I like Gus. Come on.
I can't have this conversation.
Here it is again with Caleb.
I
hating
can't
on
do it.
people.
But like, it's so crazy because look,
everyone.
no. It's so crazy because you don't give me the opportunity to like. You don't. I don't know how to word this, but like, it just happens so ironically that the people we talk about I don't like when it comes to announcers. Gus Johnson is not my cup of tea. He has like that call he had Indiana Penn State this year was one of the worst calls I've ever heard. So,
but to be fair, he was sick. He was sick.
He tries to steal the show more than any announcer.
Oh, I hate when people say that.
He tries to steal the show. I caught just a tiny second of this game before I hopped on.
Do you like Mike Breen?
I love Mike Breen. Well, yeah, my favorite.
So his bang, him being like, bang!
Yeah, but that's
him trying to steal the show. It's the same thing. No, it's the same argument.
Like Gus Johnson does it all game. Mike Breen only does it for
thing,
threes.
Though. Like,
and Mike Breen only does the bang for huge threes.
Jeff, we can agree. Caleb is a certified. He's a hater.
Caleb's not a hater, dude.
I've never heard him say he like he just always just says I hate this guy.
This is right. He leans into he tries to make everything a magical moment when this is exactly right.
He has joy for his job, man. Like
I respect.
Way, I mean, you are a professional hater, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay, sure.
Sure. There's just people in life who just enjoy hating things. Klotz is in that category.
Yeah.
I throw you in that category. Jeff, luckily not in that. At least I'm surrounded by someone with Jeff who's not in that category.
Mm-hmm. Hey, by the way, shout out Tim. He just became a Crunch member.
Shout out Tim, man.
Shout out
my guy. Life with Chris. Appreciate it. The $5, my friend. He says another great show. We got to get a Crunch Time live on 7 Mile. Y'all good. Y'all get love out here and talk sports with the homies, man. Chris, we appreciate you, bro.
Did we meet Chris one time?
I don't know if it was
at opening day. Someone came up to us and said, "You're good in 7 Mile."
I think it was either Chris or someone else.
Someone else that said we might really be good on 7 Mile.
Hey, if they want to talk ball, we could talk some ball, man. Shout out Chris. He's been supporting the boys for a while, man. He's
Chris is awesome, dude.
Appreciate the 5, bro. Hey, Caleb, you're live tomorrow at 9 a.m.
Yes, sir.
There you go. They'll be live, so tune in, go support. And by the way, we're going to start promoting it, but next Sunday, Dog and Pony Super Bowl party, Super Bowl watch party.
Should we and you guys? I mean, if you guys want to, but should we stay live for the rest of this Michigan State game?
The Pistons game is going to start here in a sec.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna watch that. I'm gonna get your stream up.
Caleb? What are you doing?
Watching the Pistons game.
You throw it on while we're watching this.
I think you're
guys. That's unbelievable.
No,
hey, you know what? No, hey, guys don't want. No, guys don't want to be great. Guys don't want to be great. I get it. No one wants to be great.
It's the. I mean,
no one wants to be great with me, man. I just want to be great.
That's fair.
I wanted to be live for the people, man. I was trying to stay live for the people. The people.
Hey, if you're watching, hit the like button. Appreciate you guys as always. We'll be back Monday.
I wonder if there's anyone else live for this game.
We'll catch you guys tomorrow.
Oh, I wonder if we're. Oh, is someone else live for this game? I wonder.
You'll be live.
Getting out work today. Don't ever get out work.